We're getting a little countdown. Oh, I was almost perfect. Good enough. So already off the bat, we got some divergence. We're getting our Dark World info already. Oh, gosh. Even I need to... Maybe I should have marked all this stuff first. TR is a pendant. Thieves Town. And then Skull and Pod are reds. Okay. Nailed it. Oh, looks like... looks like Tom picked up a bomb squad. And then got bombed. What a way to go. Was that from... It must have been from one of the Moblin drops, if I had to guess. Yeah, that's one of the interesting parts about the starting spot in Inverted, is trying to figure out exactly where to go first. And farming bombs is always a pretty easy call, so you'll see people kind of rush Skull Woods. There's some easy bomb farms there. The triple is actually bombs, which, funny enough, that statue right in front of High Cave is actually a tree pole. So, keep that in mind for the next one that you play. We got a blue boomerang from the Generous Man. We did see there was some junk up on Bumper Ledge, so don't have to worry about that. Fire Rod is questionable. Very questionable. Fire Rod and Sword. We got a lamp here in C-shape. Ah, so, just, time to go rush Mothula, right? Yeah, and that's another thing to keep in mind if you're trying to hunt down item drops. Dashing through enemies, through non-stunned enemies, will never give you a drop. So something to keep in mind. We got a green potion here in Bombable Hut, so both runners finding some nice stuff. Let's see if Tom can make it over here without taking a death. Down to half a heart. I mean, it is inverted, and everything is, Dark World damage, so a lot of these enemies will do 2 to 3 hearts of damage. I always found that the guards with the little pokey sticks are funny, because, I think if you touch them, actually touch them, they deal 2 hearts, but if they poke you with the stick, it only does, half a heart. Nice big money. You'll love to see that. Tree Sap into Thieves Town. So not going to be able to go all the way into Thieves Town without finding that big key first. Yeah, that 300. Already had money from Hype Cave. Could have done Archery Game to get a couple more rupees for Dean Game, but that 300 kind of make the big difference here. Gonna farm a little bit more money. Maybe? Actually, I'm not quite sure. Maybe farming some magic for Skull Woods. Just digging. We're just digging here. Just doing a little diggy do. Alright, that's it for Thieves Town. Can't continue without the big key. And we might see both of our runners and meet up at Skull Woods. Fortunately, Tree Sap is 10 rupees short. Can't do the chess game. Called him a silly Billy. What you gonna make of that? I need to play Cadence of Hyrule again. That game was really fun when I first played it, and I played it a ton. I remember because it was me and Swerve were racing it. We were. I think it was Swerve. I think him and I got onto the leaderboard too, the speedrun.com leaderboard. All right, Tom getting that dungeon info as well, so I can update this nonsense. Get a little archery game action here on Tree Sap's side. Big money. Seed's gonna be pretty mean if it forces our runners to have to go beat Mothula in order to progress through the seed. Alright, what else we got over here? If you're one of these runners, what are you hoping for next? I know what I wouldn't be hoping for, and it would be... Glove is fine. Well, glove is fine, yeah. I'd be happy with the hammer, but that would also push me towards potentially going to pod. I think flippers is like the worst thing to find, especially because that would push you into Ice Palace, gross. But that's a really nice glove. Tree Sap will have to remember to pop by there again next time they're in the area. Oh, you know what's always great? It's when you spend time farming rupees, and then the next item you get is a big rupee. A big 300. And you're just like, oh, fine. Wonderful. Well, as a lot of inverted seeds go, I mean, we have access to the mountain. We have Sword and Lamp already, which means that Aga is beatable. Gross. So this could be one of those cheeky seeds where you have to beat Aga and then run around in the light world to, like, Bottle Vendor to maybe pick up your Moon Pearl. You know, the classic funnies. Nobody wants to go to Skullwoods. All my homies hate Skullwoods. It's true. And y'all didn't see it because I'm tracking both runners myself, but on Tree Sap's side they switched from the regular tracker to the Key Sanity tracker, probably forgetting that it's boss key shuffle. If I had to guess, which is really funny. I'm the homie. I hated Skullwoods. Everyone hated Skullwoods Spiff. That Mothula fight was just cheeks. Absolute cheeks. Alright, now we're in Skullwoods. With Big Key Shuffle, I mean, that only adds one more item in here. So 3 items, but can find some good stuff. Hey, everybody, take a second, if you can, drop a WJB brew. And thank Spiff for making that awesome emote. It came out magnificently. Thank you. Let me see them garfs in chat. He's so beautiful. Okay, nothing in the front. Nothing to get excited about. Yeah, I mean, I'd be dumb enough to go for this moth fight, but you gotta assume at this point that there's just something up on the mountain, as opposed to something on Mothula. So skipping on Moth is probably the smart play, but we'll see if either of these runners decide to be brave. I mean, here's the thing. You have a green potion, so you could just wail on Moth with fire rod shots until it combusts. You just have to not get hit twice. Or thrice, depending on what you get hit by. That's doable. This seems possible, baby. The thing that's kind of unfortunate is like, oh boy, we gotta go up the mountain and dodge lines that deal 2 to 4 hearts of damage. So, bit of a rough seed just with armor and health. Maybe the next heart piece will push us to the limit. Also, is this going to be one of those Skullwoods that's like, oh yeah, here's the big key, now go back? What was our stun prize anyway? Was it magic? It was small magic. By the way, chat, how's the game audio? Is it alright? Can you hear the beautiful cadence of Hyrule music well enough. I want to see this moth fight. Oh, did we already get the big key? Oh, it's big key shuffle. Never mind. Okay. Right, that's a very essential mode. That's a pretty big aspect about this mode. Also, man, beating up Gyptos with a fighter sword to get magic is a very slow thing to go for. Ill-advised. So, wait, that means I think we only saw one item, so the other two items are in the big chest, which we can't get until we find the big key somewhere. Or Mothiel, because all the dungeon bosses are forced to have a non-dungeon item. And Tom is gonna go for it. Let's see if Treesap also... Looks like Treesap is also going for it, so... Not good enough to fight Moth with a toothpick, that is fair. It's a rough fight. And it's especially rough because, you know, it's one of those fights you want to get past as soon as possible, because the longer the fight goes on, the faster the more blades get involved, the faster they start moving, and then even Moth will sometimes just charge at you randomly, and it's absolutely terrifying. Ah, well, get out of there! Well, at least he opened up the thing. Yeah, if I was going for this, I would definitely just completely... I would try and minimize how much fighter sword I actually use. Because it's gonna do so little damage. Just chuck Fire Rod, drink potion, chuck more Fire Rod, hope for the best. I think Tom was hoping to find another small magic. Alright, simultaneous moth fight. Let's see who comes out victorious. Ah, I gotta, like, cross my eyes so I can watch it effectively. Okay, Fire Rod shots. Ooh, that is a really unfortunate laser to get hit by right at the beginning of the fight for Tom. But if Moth is nice, and he can dodge the spikes, they're both down to 1 heart. Tom's the first to go down. Let's see if Treesap can do it. Gonna drop that green potion. Tom's out of there. Oh, no. Treesap. Alright. Moth 2, the runner's 0. I see. And they're both saving and quitting, and heading up the mountain. Treesap did pick up that glove, so I'm gonna mark that down. That's even more unfortunate for Treesap, because they did spend that green potion. Now, what they could even do is there is a potion shop next to Link's house. It's at the Lake Hylia, Dark Lake Hylia, that has a blue potion. And we have the money. You could go buy one of those and just to have for later. But yeah, it's time to head up the mountain. I'm enjoying the synchronization here. It's a lot easier to keep track when they're both doing the same thing. I'm sad that Mothiel won both the fights, but it's not an easy fight, so it's understandable. And yeah, I've done, this is week 12, Async 12. I've done, 10 of them have been actual restreams, or 2 of them just me playing it. This is the second time Treesap's been on the restream, first time Tom's been on the restream, so always excited to see new faces show up, and always excited to showcase more people. I think we had we only had 8 people play this seed, which is fair, because Invrosia and anything inverted related is bad. It's cheeks, so I understand. Maybe next week's will be a little bit more, we'll catch people's eye a little bit more, because it's just open hard mode or something like that. Can't go in there. Hey, what's up, Quackin'? Nice watch streak, bro. Just some bombs from the old man. And yeah, this is just one of my big issues I have with inverted is the mountain is just awful. everything about the mountain is just bad. Saving the old man, bad. East Death Mountain, bad. Having to damage boost past Lionel's to get over to Super Bunny Cave, bad. Just 3 bombs, bad. I don't know what Tree Sap's up to now. Can't get back into the Dark World, so yeah, I just gotta save and quit. Well, Irene, you can always direct that good luck to the runners, even though this is not live. I mean, the stream's live. These are pre-recordings. And yeah, thank you to both these runners as well for uploading their runs to YouTube. It makes it a lot easier for me to pick stuff up, to prepare. Tree Sap going right back into the Light World by accident. Whoops. Bit of muscle memory there. Alright, here's the mountain. We have these Lionels in the way. Tom gonna go for a D-boost with the bomb. Wow, actually that was pretty cheeky. I like that. I like that a lot more. His webcam's on and I'm watching it. Even he seems surprised by how that transpired. Whoop! Alright, what do we got up here? Otherwise, we're looking at an Agaseed, probably. $50. Ah! Well, that's gonna make beating Aga even more of a no-brainer. See if Tree Sap does it how I do it, usually. Wow. Oh no! Shot in the back of the head. That was so weird, because on my screen it looked like that bonk, like, shouldn't have given him that many iframes to get past, but... Yeah, usually what most people will do, oh gosh, is they'll get shot by the little beam, oh, see a bomb, and then walk past the Lionels. Because the beam only does 2 hearts of damage, but touching a Lionel does 4 hearts. Yeah. The worst part about it is the fact that this is, like, considered okay. Like, there is 0 requirements other than being able to get up the mountain to get over to East Death Mountain. Like, the logic doesn't care that you have to get past these Lionels on 3 hearts. It's kind of bad, in my opinion. In many people's opinions. Oh, well, here's the thing. The way I do this is that if people upload to YouTube, I could usually download it as a single video. If people just highlight it on Twitch, which is also fine, by all means, go for it. It still works, but I usually end up having to, boy, I hope Tree Sap grabs a heart. Please don't. Okay, thank you. It usually gets broken up into, like, 3 videos. Which is not a big deal, it just means that during the restream, it'll just flash black real quick as it switches from one video to the... There's really no issue, you can do it any way you want. You want to upload to YouTube? You do it. You want to just send me a highlight? You do that too. But yeah, making a highlight helps a lot, because especially with now moving to these 9-10 days between restreams, it especially for people that like aren't affiliate, their highlights can't get deleted, obviously, but their VODs might not get saved. So Tom gonna be the first one heading into the Light World, assuming we can get past these enemies. These enemies they still deal a good bit of damage. Just be glad you're not having to do, like, swordless Aga or something. Tree Sap gonna get the news about TR being Quake. Which, it's not always a big deal because there are other ways to get into TR. Yeah, with Moonpearl in hand, I mean, once we get to the light world, it's just... Boy, you just suddenly unlocked so much stuff that you can go do, and it's kind of surprising that we actually haven't even seen any big keys yet. Kind of a shocker. So we beat Aga, we land on top of Hyrule Castle. I mean, I guess you just go ahead and do Hyrule Castle while you're there. No problem, go visit Uncle and all that stuff. And then... Yeah, I mean, you'd at that point, you'd be hoping to find another glove or hammer so that you can head on over to... Or so they just have convenient light world access from your house instead of having to go through the Aga portal every time. But I gotta say, this is kind of a mean seed. Just to be this far into a seed and still only on 3 hearts green mail. Someday, chat, one of these seeds that I generate for you will not be completely rude. Tracy, I've got to be a little careful. Oh, down to half a heart. Please don't die. Nobody wants to die, like, almost at the top of Aga Tower. Okay, we're fine. Bats don't drop anything. Alright, that's a dead Aga 1. Bomb drop. Oh yeah, the guards are all bomb drops. Oh gosh. Oh my gosh. I thought that guard was gonna get him. I think there's another heart in the bottom left pot. Yeah, there we go. Alright, perfect. Now, just imagine if you were playing the seed but you didn't get starting boots. Like in the tourney mode. How much worse it would be, huh? 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 I know I've said it a million times, but it still is surprising to me that Inverted is still considered a competitive mode and is still making it into the main tournaments. It blows my mind. There's our first big key to Pod. Oh, baby. Just need to find a bow, and that's a completely beatable Palace of Darkness. Oh, and a hammer. Yeah, that's kind of important. I think Aga was pretty nice. Maybe only like 1 or 2 BBs. Definitely a good call there to just switch to Fire Rod to clear him out quicker. Hyrule Castle, big key, and some bombs. So what are we looking for next? I know I said another glove or hammer would be nice. I'm always hoping for hammer, because I despise late hammer seeds. They drive me nuts. More health, obviously. Mirror is always good to have, especially in Inverted. Another Sword would be nice. Yeah, Trisat makes it through the Aga fight. No problem there. So the other interesting thing about Inverted, of course, is that with Aga 1 defeated, and GT being on the top of Hyrule Castle, once our runners get a mirror, they can just save and quit in the light world to take them back to the pyramid. So it's like really quick to get into Aga Tower, which is Ganon's tower, and in this mode, to get back to the top of the castle. I think that's like one of the few like things about Inverted that I'm like all about. I'm a big fan of it. I still think another interesting option, if at all possible, would be to swap it so that all the Dark World enemies are their Light World variants, or deal Light World damage, so like, and then vice versa in the Light World. So these rats would do the same amount of damage as they would in the Dark World, but in the Light World, for instance. The guards that are in the Light World and blah blah blah, back and forth. Ah, you know, Garrison, you might as well at that point just say, what if we went back in time and killed Inverted before it was invented? Interesting. So one thing that I often forget in Inverted is that, well, let's see what he does after this. If he keeps going left, then I'll just make the assumption. Nice powder. I always forget that Graveyard Ledge is accessible without anything. Oh, okay, he's going back to the right. All right. What if we made a mode that mixed up all the items? That's called randomizer. That's what we're playing right now. Not a fan of Invrosia in main. I'm not a fan of Inverted in anything. At least anything competitive. I'll stand by my word that it's a bad mode, and it should feel bad. What's up, Shadas? Hoi hoi! Hoi hoi! But then again, the only mode I want to race these days is Door Rando, so what do I know? I love me some Door Rando. Yeah, that is not a tree pull after you beat Aga. If I hate Inverted, tell that to the creator's face. John Inverted. You hear that, John? I think your mode sucks. I think it's a cool mode. I just don't think it's a competitive mode. That's all. That's my main gripe. I think it's a cool concept. Get out of the way, thief. Still on the cross keys kick. Yeah, I was the same. Oh, nice blue mail find. I played the heck out of cross keys during the cross keys tourney. Made it to brackets, and then immediately lost, and then basically stopped playing cross keys right after that. Yeah, looks like both runners are kind of follow each other's footsteps. Apples! Apples. Though it does look like Tree Sap is going to miss out on that Bottle Fairy from Graveyard Ledge. What a shame. Well, right now, if you're these runners, you're probably thinking, oh boy, I hope I find a bow and hammer so I can go to Palace of Darkness. Either that or just like, man, give me some more heckin' big keys, please. I beg of you. Bombos. That's a nice find. Oh, finally. We get blue mail, and then we finally get our 4th heart container. Ooh. Early flute. Interesting. So the other thing that's interesting, particularly about Inverted, is that the flute works in the Dark World, not the Light World. So that right now gives us, I guess that gives us logical access to pod area. And it also gets us to the Mire area. At its current state, you still activate the flute in the Light World. But I think I've heard in future versions of Inverted that they're gonna swap it so you can like activate it in Village of Outcast. We got a 5th heart container. We got a dang shield. Starting to get that health up. It's a lot of cross keys, Garrison. I had a sick run in the cross keys tourney because I won my first 2 matches, and then I think I lost my next 2, and then I won my last 3 or something, and then got second in the tiebreaker race to make it into brackets. So that was pretty dope. And then I immediately got bopped from the tourney, which was fine. Usually, if I'm ever in a tourney, my goal is always make brackets. Everything else is extra credit. And then for League, I went 2-1 for cross keys because I played during cross keys week and lost to Radical Sniper. Then in playoffs, I beat I think it was Maximum Barnage, and then lost to Ramond for cross keys. And then I didn't do the other tournament. Would you explain async? So async, the concept of async is that I post the randomizer seed and then give people a timeline to play the seed. They can play it whenever they want on their time. It's not a live race, so it's asynchronized, async, not at the same time. Just a $5. Yeah, runners are just doing their full loop, the full counterclockwise loop, which I feel like this is the standard way you route inverted seeds anyway, especially if you come from an AGA. Oh, Gilgamesh, I remember that. Man, that was such a tough... I remember because I restreamed it. We didn't get a shovel. Flute's nothing. Sick Kid's nothing. So we really only got, what, Bombos and Flute out of Kakariko, so nothing super exciting. So where do we go next? I mean, I guess we just keep on doing the route. Head on down, go to the dam, go to Moldorm. Tom seems to be a little uncertain they want to go next. We're gonna need a lot of stuff with this loadout. We might be able to skip the Ice Rod. But that's about... And a medallion, maybe? That's about it. There's a sword. Fortunately, can't get that without a book. As book is the only way to get into Desert Palace in this mode. See, that's really why Inverted is not a great mode. It's because they gave the book more value. Disgusting. Alright, Tom, don't save and quit after this. Okay, good. Just want to make sure. I know I've forgotten about Checkerboard Cave because you have access to it in Inverted. Where hammer? Where book? Where big key? They're 20. Bye-bye. So that save and quit's gonna put him back on the castle. Let's see where he goes to next. Oh wait, no, he doesn't have the mirror. Never mind. I take that back. I have lied to you on the internet. I apologize. I would assume you'd hit this and then head south to go do Dam, Mini Moldorm Cave, all that usual stuff. It just feels like full clearing the overworld is just the best way to go. Oh, I guess neither runner did Uncle, huh? Neither of them swung by here. Only thing I like about Inverted doesn't apply in Invrosia. Like there is no risk climbing GT before searching the basement if you need something in all dungeons mode. Yeah, I agree. I remember the 80 keys tourney at the beginning of last year. I think it was. It was early last year. I had a couple inverted all dungeon key sanity races, and that was always a nice thing. It's like, oh man, I need one more big key or something for this pendant dungeon. Well, I guess I'll climb GT and hope it's up there. That's like my big issue with all dungeon in general, is how much of GT basement you end up having to full clear looking for that last progression item you need for the pendant dungeons. I think that's why I just vibe with cross keys and door rando so much. Is just I don't know. I've always been irked by late game races decided by GT routes. Even the races that I won, like, eh. And in those modes, you know, you find GT and you can clear it early. I've definitely had seeds in cross keys and door rando where the first dungeon I beat was Ganon's Tower, which is always funny. Tricep forgot checkerboard. Fortunately for them, it was only a big 20. Alright, Moldorms, what do we got? What do we want? What do we want? Well, the scary thing about early or starting boots is that, you know, if Bombo, we have access to Meyer now, and if Bombos is Meyer medallion, then we could go into Meyer to look for stuff. There's the other boomerang. Nice hook shot. Okay, that's good. That gives us access to East F Mountain, which we didn't have access to before. So that's a solid find. I feel like the seed's just going to be kind of a slow drip of items. Or they're just all going to be in dungeons. Alright, where are we going next? We do have Zora money. It is in logic because we do have a glove. And with Moon Pearl in hand, you can set up the water walk out of Waterfall Cave. Let's check those quickly. I feel like I just always check all this stuff if I can. Because I know that the one time I don't check, like, Hobo or something, it's going to have something, and I'm going to be mad. Like, oh man, I could have checked this, like, an hour ago. Yeah, this is music from the Crypt of the Necrodancer Zelda game, Cadence of Hyrule. It takes a lot of effort to pick up and learn some of the other modes, even like Inverted. Inverted is tough. Entrance Shuffle is tough. And then, like, Door Rando is ridiculous. Nothing from Waterfall Fairy, but let's see what we get in return. Oh, nice. Treesap gets their green potion back. The nice thing about some of these harder modes, though, is that there are always plenty of resources you can use to kind of learn where stuff is. Like, map trackers are huge. There's on a lot of map trackers, you can set it to be like, okay, I need a map tracker for specifically Inverted with Big Key Shuffle. Go. Other than Hookshot, a bunch of junk around here. The extra money's kind of nice, though. Yeah, there's a lot of shenanigans in Inverted that you have to remember. I don't play Inverted that often, unless I, like, absolutely have to. Like, if I'm doing a mystery seed and I get it. But, like, there are moments where I'm just trying to remember, like, oh man, did I forget some sort of wacky quirk that's only in Inverted? I use specifically Emo Tracker. But I mean, I'm at the point where I don't The only map tracking I do is one that Codeman made that's a web base. That's literally just marking squares and like I use it just to track which entrances I've been in, and then also for like placing connector icons and dungeon icons. Dunka Tracker is another good one that has full map tracking as well. Could try that one. But yeah, it kind of depends on what you're looking for exactly. Alright, nothing out of Meyer's shed, but we did get our dungeon info that Meyer is ether locked, so that's good. No reason to go in there yet. Oh yeah, now that we have Hookshot, we can also go do Hookshot Cave. Let's see if Tom does that first before doing Paradox Cave. See, the best part is if you do Paradox Cave and you find the mirror, and then you can mirror and do Hookshot Cave. Smoldern's giving Treesap a little bit of trouble. Another... We got like 3 fairies in bottles. That's our 4th bottle, too. Wow. Okay, maybe Spiral Cave is the answer. This Death Mountain's been pretty terrible. Yeah, I don't use the Codeman tracker on Emo Pack or Emo Tracker just because I've just had a lot of issues with it being very laggy. But if it works for you, then that's awesome. Yeah, there's a lot of trackers out there, so you kind of just have to play around, find ones that you like. Oh, there's our hammer up on Floating Island. Nice find. You love to see that. Because that also now unlocks Tower of Hera, which we can technically beat with the power of the Hera pot. So that's nice. I think Spike Cave is still logically locked by protective items. Like you would still either need Burna or you need Cape plus half magic. But with all those fairies in bottles, yeah, you could definitely do Spike Cave. I know I have a bad habit of just being like, Spike Cave doesn't exist until I have half magic and stuff. Did Tom just like... I think Tom goofed his jump and went too far to the right. Because I just remembered he has hammer, so he can do Mimic Cave now as well. His facial expression is great. He's just like, what the heck is going on? So we got one item out of here. The other item is going to be on Moldarm, and that means that the last item is either going to be in the basement with the small key in the big chest, or just in the big chest. Oh no! Moldarm takes a victim. Yeah, this is an example of why I don't like Inverted's East Death Mountain, because if you want to get all the checks done, you have to drop down so many times. I feel like I mention this every time I restream or even talk about or play Inverted. Ah, no, Moldarm, stop! Because, like, oh man, now I want to go to Mimic Cave, but I'd have to drop down and go all the way around again. Yeah, especially if you have Mirror, because you drop down the left one, do Spiral Cave, go all the way around. Drop down the right one, do Mimic Cave, and then Mirror, and you could do the TR Big Chest. And whatever parts of TR you can. Go back out, drop down, go all the way around, drop down the middle, and then you get access to Laser Bridge. Just a heart piece off of Moldorm, but we do have our first crystal on the board. Yeah, there's a very good chance we're not going to be coming back to Tower of Hera ever. Unless there's something in that basement or that big chest. The worst would absolutely be you find the Hera big key now, like after you've already done the dungeon. Then you have to go up, probably Hera Pot again just because it's faster, just to get the small key to get the item out of the basement. I wonder how wacky a mode like this would be if you took the whole Invrosia concept to the next the next step and forced it so that dungeon items couldn't appear on bosses or in the big chest. Because then you'd be like, okay, well that means the Hera basement's the small key, so I know that the big chest is going to have an item in it. Such good music, but we're already done. Dun, dun, dun. Let's see if Tom, Crystal in hand, decides to go back and do Mimic Cave. Because now we're kind of getting down to the point where we just need to pick dungeons, I think. I know we're probably not going to go back to Mothula until we get the big key, if possible. Tom is uncertain where they want to go. Can't do Spike Key from the Light World. So I guess no one's gonna be... We're not gonna be seeing Mimic Cave from either runner. I guess we do have Top the Pyramid and Catfish. Let's go ahead into Palace of Darkness. Try full cross doors entrance, but items are vanilla. Like, to what extent? Like, it's not random at all? There's no item randomization at all? Is that what you're suggesting? Did we even see Hookshot Cave from Treesap? No, we did not. There are the flippers. Well, that's I guess you could go into Ice Palace for Pen and Ice Palace. I mean, technically it is kind of beatable if you do Ice Palace Bomb Jump. Where the heck are all these big keys? Nice bomb throw. Eastern big chest room, which can be in any dungeon, has the bow kind of stuff. I mean, I'd give anything a try once. I just wonder how the logic would be able to figure that out. It might be really bad. Yeah, maybe. Pod. Speaking of bad, this pod is looking a little rough. Looks like we're heading to Eastern first. So we're gonna get a bit of divergence from our runners, which is always nice. Let's see, what does Saha got? What you got, buddy? God, the book! The bug net! Oh, no. You know what's the worst part about that is the fact that they already been up to Tower of Hera. I mean, they couldn't get the item off the Aether tablet, but having that info would be super nice. Ooh, getting a little bufferless mimic clip from Treesep's side. Almost there. Almost. Nice. Well done. Yeah, just a friendly reminder to anybody watching. There's Canterburna. Oh, wait, hold on. Hold that thought, me. Big key to TR. Big key to TR is bow locked, so that literally tells us nothing. Since there are two bows. If it was non-progressive bows, that would tell us something. But all we know is that one of the bows cannot be locked behind the TR big chest or behind Trinex, or I guess parts of TR? I don't know. I don't... Because you have access to parts of TR without the big key, you know, using the mirror and stuff, like, my idea of TR logic is bad. I have no idea. What else we got in here? So, unless he finds something else, I mean, Tom does have some options for dungeons to go explore. You know, could go hop into Ice Palace and explore that a little bit. Can go get that Master Sword. Oh my gosh, there's the mirror out of Palace of Darkness. What a nice find. He could go get the sword off a Desert Ledge now. So that's good. And then immediately go check Bombo's tablet, since you do have access to it. That mirror is a huge find for Tree Sap. Probably wishing they had gotten it before coming up here, or before going over to Pod. Or wishing they had got it before going up the mountain, excuse me. But like, I think Tree Sap still hasn't done Hookshot Cave, so good chance they'll probably head up there next. Alright, last check in Eastern we can do. It's gonna be 50 bucks. Right. This is interesting. Our runners have options. Is this going to be a finish of Skull Woods? Looks like it. While Tom is heading into Ice Palace, okay. So like I said, Ice Palace is doable if you do the Ice Palace bomb jump. Just gonna miss out on the big chest. But, you know, you gotta follow the items that you pick up, so it's either this or go to Desert. Though, honestly, I would have liked to have seen him gone to Desert first. Just because of the sword that's there. Alright, I have a feeling that this take 2 of Mothula is gonna go much cleaner. Because you can just use Hammer. The best item in the game, right? Right? Maybe. Alright, I believe. Moth is not being friendly. Missed all 4 Fire Rod shots, oh no. Going for Fighter Sword spins. Alright, switching back to Green Potion. Gonna go Fire Rod next. Okay. Getting some better patterns from Moth this time. I want to see him switch to Hammer. Like, that would have been a perfect spot to hit him. I'll do it. All right. Moldorm is dead, or Mothula is dead. Gets a big 20. Oh no. Does get a second crystal. Alright, let's see this Ice Palace bomb jump from Tom. I don't know the lineup with the... Well, I do know the lineup, because it's not based on the sprite at all. It's based on the sword. There we go. That's perfect. Ooh, almost missed the landing there. Looks like we're heading into Eastern now for Tree Sap to pick up that... Well, actually, I wonder. I might grab that book and do something else. I already forgot. We didn't find anything of value in Eastern, did we? I don't think so. Just Saha had the goodies. Gotta say, for a big key shuffle, it's odd to be this far into a seed and not have, like, hardly any big keys. Alright, now the next progression point is going to be in the TR big chest. Obviously. Alright, anything in Ice Palace? I'm really just curious where everything's going to be. Oh, there's Ether to get into Mire. That is a required item here in this Pendant Dungeon. Don't want to be going into Mire anytime soon unless you find more stuff. It looks like Tree Sap is, in fact, going to be heading over to the desert area. If they were to head up to Hookshot Cave and get the flippers, they could go beat Swamp Palace. Minus the big chest. That'd be a comfy dungeon to clear. What do we got on Bombos? Just a little piece of love. Alright. And remembers Checkerboard Cave. It's probably been waiting. He probably remembered it as soon as he saved and quit. And he's like, oh, right, I had access to that, so probably been on your mind for a while. At least, I know I would have been that way. And the bow! Oh, that's gonna work out really well. I mean, that's definitely gonna send him into Pod next. You gotta imagine that. And we'll be able to full clear it. I was thinking, like, oh man, he was just at Eastern, but he doesn't have the big key for Eastern, so it's okay. Yeah, both runners finding good items. Bow is good and required. Mirror is good and also required. No big key to desert. No small key either, so small key is going to be in the big chest. I guess the downside about my idea of forcing items to be in the big chest is that the small key is always going to be... Well, no, it can be map or... I guess it just moved to 2 spots instead of 3. In desert. Yo, what's up, Jared? Bombos. Fighter sword spin. Fire rod, fire rod, fire rod. Fire rod, fire rod, fire rod. Yeah, just drink the potion. I think... Pretty sure that, yeah, I think the big chest in Ice Palace is going to be nothing then. It's another heart container and a pendant! Because we got, what, bow, ether, and I think a big 20 out of the vanilla big key chest. Oh, this is interesting. Tree Sap going to go ahead and steal a small key. Just to get at least... Or no, well... Yeah, just to get... yeah, Both items over here. Well, this will probably be the compass. I think this has to be the compass? Yeah. So not that big of a payout. Yeah, it does feel like the only good that came from coming over to Desert was that Master Sword, which is nice to have. It's always good to have a weapon upgrade. But unless your next trip is to go check Ether Tablet, I worry that Tree Sap might have forgotten about, or just... Well, I don't know. I don't like to assume somebody forgot a location until it's just, like, very apparent. Probably just chose not to go to Hookshot Cave. But yeah, this will get them the flippers, and then we'll probably see Swamp Palace right away. Oh yeah, now with Burna in hand, Spike Cave is absolutely available and in Logic. I guess the question is, if you're Tree Sap, would this be the time? I'd be looking at that mirror in TR Big and thinking there's something in TR, because like that's access to Laser Bridge, that's access to the big chest and Crystal Roller, and then Lava Chest and Chain Chomps. Like you can get quite a bit done in TR without Cane of Samaria. But going to a mostly full clearable Swamp Palace that is a crystal, probably the safer idea. Yeah. I think that maybe if Tree Sap had the mitts, I could see the play at that point, because otherwise you have to run back over to the left side and go through the portal and hook shot across and do all that extra jazz. It just feels bad when you have a beatable crystal dungeon. Tom skipped a step in this procedure. Let's try that again. Go ahead and do the bomb jump first. Oh, right. He has a small key. Makes sense to me. Is actually the optimal way to do this then. Oh. Pixel down. No. Maybe? Nice. Yeah, what's up, Baka? Nice brew, dog. Oh, is that what I missed? The Big to Thieves Town in the Swamp map room. Thank you. I was watching that spicy hammer jump. I mean, with that book, you could go check Pedestal. I know Phileon's been waiting to find out for, you know, gosh knows how long. But it's green pendant thieves. Yeah, the nice thing for Tom, though, is going to get to do this dungeon in one shot. Song goes so hard. There's that mirror. Let's see this diver down on Tree Sap side. No Samaria, so we'll have to go for bomber diver down, but has plenty of bombs. Just clearing some of these enemies out of the way so they don't get away. Oh, that's an interesting setup for that. starting from the right and kind of working your way over. But Garrison, there's another. You could get an item from Saha. All right, at this point, we need. What do we need? We just need. Oh, we just need a lot of big keys. Well, we need Cadence Samaria and the Meyer big key, and then we need the Eastern and Desert big keys. That's pretty much it. Kind of get away with skipping the rest of the stuff. So, who knows? Looks like left side swamp had Kana Samaria. Oh, okay. Completely missed that. I was too busy looking at a tracker. Well, that's nice. So, I gotta assume. I mean, especially with Samaria, that would probably, if I was tree sap, it would. Oh, where would it send me? Would it send me to? I have my choice of 2 pendant dungeons I can go do. 3 actually. You can go beat Green Pendant Thieves, or you can go Icebreaker in Ice Palace with that Samaria, or you can go do pretty much all of TR minus Trinex. So that tree sap gets another big key to desert. Okay, well there's 2 out of the 4 items we still needed. Now we just need a Meyer big key and an Eastern big key. Good ol' required crystal sword. Tom's going for big hammers. Did do the sword spin at the beginning to put you into spin speed to extend the hammer hitbox forward, north, if you will. Allows you to hit the mask as well, but especially the crystal from a little bit further distance. Grabs that second crystal. Spooky Ghost hasn't been a very good comm. They just had to go for a coffee break. They'll be back shortly, but I'll make sure to tell them that. JR. Jeez. So, I gotta assume Tom's just going right into Swamp next. Oh yeah, this is the other one upside of Inverted is with the flute, you can get to Catfish super quick. But yeah, if Tom goes to Swamp, they can get that Desert big key and beat Desert on their first trip into Desert. So that'd be really nice. Oh, there's the Ice Run. Holy cow, this Swamp House was stacked. The heck? Gosh, I would be tempted to go check Pedestal next. Heart piece. Yeah! I mean, you could even go, like, check Ped and then mirror and beat Mokula if you're Tom. Alright. Decision-making time. Where are we going? It's like heading to the Light World. Probably go back and finish... Oh, no. Right back to the... Oh. Tree sap. What you playing in there, bud? Okay, gonna go finish Desert. Ooh, big key on the pyramid. Will this be our Eastern big key or Meyer big key? Ice Palace. Womp womp. This is looking like a swamp play for Tom here. Oh, that was close. I'm just gonna assume the H is it's a silent H at the beginning of his name. That's my guess. Tom. This is not Swamp. Okay, you know, this makes sense because Fighter Sword Argus and or Hammer Argus is Cheeks. Honestly, though, actually, you know what? I take that back, because, I mean, it is Cheeks, but Fighter Sword versus Master Sword Argus is not really too different if you're going for the double hook spin. You know, the sword's a little bit shorter, so one of the puffs might get away if you're not quick enough. But for the most part, like, I would assume Tom's going out of their way to get this sword and checking stuff before going to Swamp. But I don't really think it's a worthy cause. Yes, I added a new emote and then did what every streamer would do when they added a new emote and not stream at all for the entire day. Listen, I was very sleepy. I got a lot of sun at the beach, and it made me sleepy. It's okay, we have it now. See, look. Here he is. There's my chief. I think I might switch to a different chat program for the restreams, just so emotes actually show up. Oh no, you made him grayscaled. He's dead. How could you? It's like Tom is also stealing a key. Very interesting. Gets a mushroom from the desert. Plus, steals the key but saves and quit. What? What's happening here? Walk me through that. I have questions. The hesitancy to go to Swamp Palace is interesting. But yeah, I think this is just, I want sword. Now I will go. So Treesap just needs to head towards Ice Palace. Just needs to go to Ice Palace. That's where we saw the Ether Medallion, which is required. And the bow. But now he's heading into Swamp to get that desert big and then roll their eyes, as one would do. Oh, okay. Was that... Sorry, I completely missed it. Was that a pet check on Treesap's side? Or was that just going through the portal to get to Kakariko? I'm gonna go do Magic Bat. Alright, there's that desert big. Let's see that eye roll. Shake of the head. But yeah, just a friendly reminder to anybody interested. Anybody is free to play these seeds if you want. They are just kind of a fun little community building, not an exercise, but it's just something fun that I put together at the beginning of this year. I post a seed, people play it, and then we talk in the Discord about it. Always looking for new runners of any skill level that want to test their might, play the seeds. And most of them are modes of varying difficulty. I've kind of leaded more towards on the easier side of things, but every now and then I'll do something right cheeky. Nice tempered sword. I really liked that play. That is definitely a inverted play right there. The mirror on the other side of the rocks to get to hammer pegs. Oh, right. swamp was Thieves Town Big. Desert Big is in the back of Thieves Town. Or in the back of Swamp, excuse me. That is not where you can mirror. Nope. Yeah, this is another interesting aspect of Inverted, is being able to turn in the Smith without the mitts. Just use your mirror. This swamp had everything. It had a Thieves Town Big, it had a Desert Big, it had a Canis Maria, and it had an Ice Rod. Another nice diver down from both runners now. Good stuff. You know, these runners know their cheeky tricks. So at this point, the only item we are collectively still looking for is the Eastern Big. That is all we have left with question marks on it. My guess is it's gonna be in Turtle Rock. That's where I would put it. Canis Samaria here for Tom. Yeah, Purple Chest is a check that's a lot worse in this mode. Though if you have mitts, like, you can just flute over to the mire area and go through that portal. But because mitts are oftentimes not really required in this mode, unless something very specifically important is locked behind it, like the mirror, I feel like mitts just don't often show up. Alright, what do we got from Purple Chest? Another sword. Okay. Well, just like that, we went from 2 to 4. There's that Desert Big for Tom. Nice Samaria diver down there. I've never learned the left side. I'm always pretty content with my right side one that I've been using. Now we're doing mushroom turning. Just doing all the fetch quest stuff. This is Tree Sap saying, I don't wanna commit to a pendant dungeon, so please don't make me. Don't make me commit. Very reasonable play. Big key. Oh, that's required. Okay. That was off of the desert boss, that mushroom. Boy, you gotta love when your dungeon bosses give you items that lead to progression or are progression. Okay, I gotta assume that this trip for Tree Sap is gonna be heading to Ice Palace then. Imagine probably turned in that mushroom. It's... oh no, maybe this is just for catfish. It's tough because the mushroom turn-in is a lot more obnoxious in this mode now. I mean, that's not necessarily true. You could always go through the portal, south of the bomb shop, and then do your usual whirlpool up. Still not ideal. Alright, what's this? Gonna clear Thieves Town, okay. Oh yeah. So now at this point, sorry, I misspoke earlier. Now at this point, we are just looking for the Eastern Big. Tree Sap needs to go to to Ice Palace to get their Ether Medallion and bow, assuming we haven't found another bow by then. And Tom needs to go beat Desert, turn in Mushroom for Mire Big, and then can go beat Mire. But the question is, will they do Smith Chain? Stumble upon a sword. Best time for you is after Pyramid Fairy. Oh yeah, I guess we do have access to Pyramid Fairy with these items. Ew. Good old classic useless Link to the Past sword beams. I'm still very curious about Tom's decision to steal a key and then save and quit. Or maybe we'll find that Eastern Big here in Thieves Town. Maybe we'll find the other bow. Maybe we'll find Ganon. You never know. One thing I'm still like very bad at when it comes to these type of modes where there's always a item on the boss, like a non-dungeon item, is keeping track of stuff. Like, if you were paying attention, you would be like, oh right, the last time's on the boss. I know that. I could skip this check. But it's so hard to keep track of that, especially when you're doing these dungeons in, like, multiple visits. Well, there's Quake. That is actually useless. That is a good song. And that's useless because, well, especially with TR Big and both rods, you would just drop down on the laser bridge, get those 4 items, beat the boss, and then that warps you to the beginning of the dungeon and unlocks the front door anyway. Like, you don't even have to cast Quake. It would be useful if we didn't already have the big key. Nice and easy blind fight. What are we gonna get from blind? The mitts. French vanilla. Okay, well, great. Now we can go do Graveyard Ledge, or sorry, King's Tomb. Pretty sure that's the only thing that unlocks. That, and I guess we can go through the TR portal to get to Light Worldy's Death Mountain now. Like, I think at this point, especially since, like, Smith Chain's already done for Tree Sap, those mitts are kind of useless. But it looks like we are going to be heading into TR. So that'll be exciting. Question is, how long does it take Tom to go turn in that mushroom? Because, I mean, Tom does have a beatable Mire if they go turn in that mushroom, but let's see, do they float away or do they... Okay. Yeah, I think it's too early to go for the Mire dip, looking for Mire big. Oh, Tree Sap does open up the front of TR, okay. Bit of a shocker. Cause, like, I don't know, I'd be going for density. Oh, well, I mean, the likelihood that you'd hop into Laser Bridge and not get a small key it's gotta be fairly low, right? Not gonna lie, I kind of would have liked to have seen Tom go for the ped check into Mothula kill. Especially with Coltzer already defeated. Oh, nice red mail here in the front of TR. Tom being very cautious around these Gibdos, trying to save as much magic for the fight as possible. Time for revenge. I believe. Easy with Master Sword. Easy with Master Sword. Oh man, these are some weird interactions with the Fire Rod. Mothula just bouncing off the wall there. Forget, have we seen Spike Cave from anyone yet? Get out of the corner, Moth. There we go. Well done. Dead Moth. 20 bucks. I wonder if Tom's gonna go for Pyramid Fairy then. Doo-doo. Just a heart piece from Lava Chest, so nothing showing up yet in this TR. This might be Magic Bat, Smith Chain, maybe? I think now Tree Sap's like, yeah, that's enough for TR from that section. Let's go the backwards direction now. Oh, here we go. We're gonna see the pedestal. Oh baby, what's gonna be on the pedestal? Come on, Eastern Big Key. Do it, it'll be funny. Ah, bummer. Oh, now we're gonna see Ether Tab. Okay, okay. Do some less fun checks. There's the cape. Question chat about logic. The Skullwood's big key locks an item in the big chest. We already have acquired all 3 small keys to Skullwood's. So it is not out of logic. Well, this is good for Tom. They're gonna get their swords. The question is, will they turn this? When will we see the mushroom turn? That's what I want to know. That's such an out-of-the-way check in this mode. And will we also see the Thieves Town play? Alright, Laser Bridge, what do you got? Oh no! Beat up the hard hat beetle. Get that magic. Okay, nothing too good so far in the map. And a small key. See, now you're kind of in this weird spot where it's like, well, what do I do now? Do I just beat the boss, but then, like, isolate the big chest and Crystal Roller Room, and then have... I mean, I guess you can just beat the boss, go around and do that. Alright, let's see this Trinex fight. Should be pretty easy with that gold sword in hand. Hit him! Slash 3 times! Boom! 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 And then we wait. Laggy explosion. Tom uses their tempered sword. Eastern big key in sight. But that is a second pendant for Tree Sap. Oh no. And now we go around again. See, because, I mean, I guess with this, what you would do is, yeah, you go do Laser Bridge, beat Trinex, and then that takes you to the front, and then you go into the front, you do the first 3 checks, maybe Chomps if you have the keys, and then you go do the big chest and Crystal Roller. I think that would be the optimal route. Alright, this is gonna be Pyramid Fairy, I think, for Tom? If I had to guess? Oh yeah, this is also when you want to be counting. So I guess with Auto Tracker, it's easy to keep track of how many keys are in the dungeon. I think I still would like to see. I maybe bug Futon about adding. Oh, Hera big key. No, that's not what you want to see at all. I kind of want to bug Futon to see about adding compass and map icons for each dungeon. I feel like that would be helpful for certain scenarios. Shovel, big key to skull. Gosh. These are not the big keys you want. I mean, you know, with this seed, with how late it's been to a lot of these big keys, that the Eastern big key is gonna be like somewhere stupid. It's just gotta be. Alright, we're seeing the Thieves Town play from Tom at this point, which is gonna get us another big key, I think. Wasn't there a big key in here? There was no, it was Quake Medallion. And Mitts. Yeah, that's right. So, I mean, at this point, I'm starting to think that there's just going to be something, and I think maybe Eastern Big is just going to be in Mire. I know, Haka. What a joke. And it is an item. Okay, well, at least it wasn't the small key to Hera in the big chest. Oh, what's up, PH? Yeah, we're having a good time watching some Boots and Invrosia. You know, the classic. I believe Eastern's been full cleared at this point. Oh, wait, no. Never mind. I was thinking of... I was watching a multi-world earlier. There's still the big chest and the boss. We don't have the big key, so obviously Eastern's not full clear. Never mind. Ignore my dumb brain. Oh, we're going into Eastern, okay. Tree Sap hates Ice Palace with a passion. Clearly. I think that's the idea of inverted, is it's not about just moving everything from the light world to the dark world. It's just about flipping the script and dealing with the consequences of that. Now, unfortunately, the consequences for some of that is that you have a bad time with how some of things work now, some of the routing options. I think for me, the way I look at this mode is or how I look at it inverted, is I really just want them to take it even... Oh, he did get a... When did he get a bow? Eh? I completely missed it. Was that in TR? Trinex had a bow? Oh, man, I'm sorry. I missed that completely. Wait. Wait a minute. Holy cow, that's hilarious. Because the TR Big Key was bow locked in pod. Of course it was. I mean, naturally. Stupid game. Wow, that is really funny. I need to learn to not look away at the wrong moments. Speaking of classic, yeah, the item from Blind was also pretty funny. Mitts! Green pendant. Yeah, Treesap gonna have an even easier time with Helma. Just bonk him with the gold sword. I can't believe it was on Tridex. That's so funny. I hate it. I feel like we're going up to TR now, maybe? Maybe? So, we still don't know where the Eastern Big is. It's probably in Mire at this point. Treesap needs to go to Ice Palace to get the Ether Medallion to get into Eastern. Tom needs to go turn in Mushroom for the Mire Big Key. That's kind of the big thing between... That's the only real thing that these two have that the other don't have. Oh, yeah, what I was trying to say before is that I feel like Inverted's a cool mode. I kind of just wish they would keep pushing it even more. Like, I want it to be, like, a full-fledged ROM hack instead of being in its current state. Now, the contrary to that is then, I feel like if you keep going even further, then obviously it would make for a good competitive racing mode. But I already think it's not a very good competitive racing mode in its current state anyway, so... Did Tom turn in that check that shovel? I'm gonna assume no. Why are you skipping the big? Don't you have the big key, Tom? What are you doing? I have a couple times. The inverted 2.0. But I haven't in a while. I should check it out again. I like the one where it was standard inverted, where the castle had been moved to the Dark World. That one was really cool. Alright, when are we going? I mean, at this point, I could see Treesap go do Pyramid Fairy next instead of Ice Palace. It's one of those things where it's like you put off Ice Palace or put off a Pendant Dungeon, especially like Ice, long enough, and you're just like, I don't ever want to go there. The land bridge on Light World East Death Mountain that connects Spiral Cave and Mimic Cave is like, of all the things I've requested for Inverted, that's been the most. That's been the biggest one. Because just being able to do Mimic Cave and then go do Spiral Cave instead of having to do an extra time dropping down. And anytime I bring it up, or I think the last time I brought it up, somebody's argument against it was just skip stuff. It's fine. I'm like, no. No. That's a bad excuse. You're bad. Get out of here. There's that funny Harapig. Ha ha ha. Ya ha ha. The stairs on West Death Mountain are gone. Flute puts you above the ledge. So the flute basically takes you to Aga Tower / GT on the mountain. Right, that's what I remember. It's like the Flute 9 spot. I like that as well, because, I mean, it means that access to the mountain is now locked behind Flute instead of Glove, right? Because Glove would just get you Bumper Ledge. So that's kind of an interesting change. Unless you get access... So it just means that Dark World Death Mountain is not as likely to be early in play in its current state, because either you need to find the flute, or you need to go find Light World access, Glove, and Lamp logically to get up the mountain the normal way. Gotcha. King's Tomb having just 300. Grabs the fairy bottle. Or I think he looked at it and then didn't pick it up. But now we're finally heading into Ice Palace. Oh crap, they both have fire shields. My bad. I'm gonna assume once Treesap gets this ether that they're probably just gonna immediately bail for Meyer, maybe? I want to see Tom just use that Burna instead of taking these deaths. The fairies, they're squandered. Where the heck is this Eastern Big? And then, of course, even after we find that and get all our crystals, we still have a big key hunt in GT. Seed was a bit of a stinker, wasn't it? Whoops. Man, one day I'll generate a seed that isn't a stinker for y'all. I'm so sorry. I have a really bad record, huh? I mean, I try not to be that guy that's like, oh, it's a Willard seed. I would never say that in a million years. But from watching these restreams, boy, I keep throwing out them stinkers. Uh-oh, stinkers. Classic Willard seed, am I right? Ha 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 ha. Cock's gun. Shoots foot. Oh my gosh! This time I'm not gonna miss it. Whoa! It's a bow! Silvers are nice though. Teresa had a little bit of trouble with this icebreaker. I don't know, a lot of people have different methods for setting this up. See some people that do a lot of sword slashes, pause buffering, select buffering. But I don't see enough bug net and fairy catches. That's where I really want to see. I guess the question here is how many people that played this seed got blasted by that mushroom turn-in. Alright, Kara. I believe in you. There's Ether for Treesap. And then wasn't the bow, like, right here? Or was it on Freezors? Oh, no. I think it was actually Ice-T. Meyerбig was your go? Oh, no. It's so tough to go for, like, Mushroom Check when you have, like, an entire pendant dungeon or two to go clear. I think this is it for TR. Oh no, Treesap missed the bomb jump. Not gonna be able to get the... Well, gonna have to go all the way around, maybe. Don't want to miss out on them silvers. I guess go to... This might... Well, he's got Ether Tablet. He could go into Hera again, which stinks. Like, on one hand, getting Hera Big Key at this point and going back to Hera for one check feels super bad. When you still have, like, you know, you could make the Meyer play for at least one item, maybe. Okay. I cannot wait to find out where this Eastern Big Key is. You know, we might just see a blind ped pull from Tree Sap here. So I would assume Tree Sap would go do Meyer next. Whoop, a little late on that. Yeah, for anyone wondering, what we're doing here is every week and a half, I pick a mode, I post a seed, and I let my community play it, and then I pick 2 people to showcase most weeks. And I'll once we're done here, I'll go through and see what the top times were that are submitted on the spreadsheet. I'll go read through some of the comments from people as well. Have some good cheeky laughs. I can't wait to see what people said about this seed. What's up, guys? Save the sip. I have nothing to sip currently. Nice piggy then. All right, we are heading into Meyer, and I think this is a Spike Cave, first Spike Cave check. Wow, I can't believe he actually got that off before taking damage. Oh no. Does he have a third? He has a third bottle though. Third fairy. Seed was loaded with fairies in bottles. 20 bucks. Oof. So Tom doesn't really have too much left. Go check Shovel. Go turn in Mushroom. This might be Mushroom. Yeah, you really gotta let Spike Cave you gotta let it cook. Oh man, is he gonna, well, he doesn't have the magic. Like, at all. This might save him. Unless he still has that green potion. Alright, are we gonna find the Eastern Big Key in here? Come on, Tom, go check Shovel and do Mushroom. Meyer's got nothing in it. I think Eastern Big has to be in here. There's really just not much left in the seed. We've kind of done a lot of it. Compass. Oh, green pendant turn in? This was junk, if I recall correctly. Oh yeah, we still have Skullwood's big chest we can go check too, right? I don't know. Does it feel like wild big keys is worse than just full key sanity? I just feel like it forces a lot more extra double dips. Well, he is going to do the mushroom check, so this is good. It's kind of funny because Tom's like, I need magic. Needs magic anyway to get into Meyer, so might as well turn in that mushroom. You're still full clearing, but it feels a million times worse. Yeah. Oh! Hey, there it is, of course. Of course! Alright, well that's go mode, pretty much. We know the GT Big Key is going to be in GT. And there's Meyerбig. Is he not gonna buy a potion? What? Hey. Don't remember if he used his green. Maybe he didn't use his green potion. Maybe I'm crazy. Alright, but yeah, Tree Sap can get the remaining 2 crystals that they need and then can head into Ganon's tower to seek out that stinking GT Big Key. I do really like GT Big Key being, I don't know. You know what? I don't know. I don't know if I like GT Big Key being in GT. Because it's still just kind of like any other normal mode. Like, if you ignore everything else that led up to the point, it still comes down to a, a routing choice in GT. Is the Fall Dungeons? See, I don't know. I think maybe for me, I just want to see more. Maybe just having earlier access to GT is the way to go. Nice little Vidi fight there from Tree Sap. I'm not exactly sure what was going on in Tom's brain, but did eventually come back over to buy those potions. Well, wanted to go check Graveyard or King's Tomb real quick, but it's gonna be heading into Eastern, gonna get their Gumud as well. But I don't know. At the same time, it's like if you full clear GT basement or full clear GT and find nothing, it feels bad. There's just no way to win. But in an all dungeon key sanity or a key sanity, if you enter GT without the big key and full clear the basement and not find the big key, that also feels bad. See, this is why I play Door Rando and full clear everything. Then I can't possibly complain. 1-0-0 fast cannon? That sounds like a snoozer. I'd rather play I'd rather play Zooter than do that. Zooter! See, if I want to do 0-0 fast cannon, I'll just do the Z1 Invrosia, but where you have to fight Ganon at the end anyway. It's the same thing, basically. It's how you get your low percents. Man, we're never gonna find out what's on the shovel. Man. Hey, at least the Eastern Big Key was in a nice spot here in Mire. Though, that unfortunately didn't stop Tree Sap from doing left side first. Alright. Tom now in go mode as well. Go mode in quotations. Still need one more big key, but we know where it is. I just personally just don't like low crystal GTs, like low crystal fast Ganon most of the time. Because it kind of forces you to play a certain way. So like if the possibility exists, then it's like, well, dang, I should get to the light world or get to the dark world as soon as possible, so I can go check to see if it's fast Ganon. And then, you go up and you read the sign, and it's like, it's a 3 crystal fast Ganon, and you have 2 crystals already, and then you just start sweating. Like, the sweat just starts pouring out. Like you're in a gosh dang anime. It's like water fountains. Tree Sap into Ganon's tower. Alright. Left or right? Going right first. Get the small key. 300 buckaroos. Gonna mirror out anyway. Another heart container on the torch. Oop, sorry. True Sap definitely did beat Pod. So, I feel like the big thing between these two was... I mean, they both kind of did a lot of stuff that the other one did. Tom did do Spike Cave and Pyramid Fairy. Never went back to Skullwood. Literally didn't check any of the things, either of the things that he got from Pyramid Fairy, which is really funny to me. Like, opens up the chest, gets a shovel, gets a big key to Skullwood, and says, "Oh, wow, this is useless," and just leaves. Is it in the double firebird room? Wow. I think for me, when I play this game, I don't like to play short modes because I feel like I want to commit at least like 90 minutes minimum to a mode. So it's always weird, especially when you get like cross keys, but it's only a 2 crystal fast cannon. I'm like, that's just not enough time to really like make the seed interesting. I'm having a little bit of trouble with this these NMG strats. Just gonna say F it and get out the Samaria Smart. I think for me as well as a streamer is that if I play a short seed, then it's like, well, I guess I gotta play another one. But then you start to get the seed bleed. So I'd rather play like a 3-hour door rando and then move on to a different game. Kid, you always tried to bomb the crystal switch in that room? Did you end up like bombing both switches so it switches back? Because I know I've done that. Oh, mirror shield, heck yeah! Some of the short seed modes feel unresolved and finished. Yeah, I agree. It's also like every Triforce hunt. It's like, did I really win? Did I? I don't know. I don't think I really won. Ganon's not dead. Tree Sap almost done with the full left side. Hey, Bob. See you, Bob. Oh, hi, Bob, again. Still looking. Tom just gotta save and quit. What are you doing, Tom? That's a fortunate thing to misremember. Hey! Oh! Hey! Wow, vanilla. Actual vanilla. Cute. I would have laughed if it was a big key to another dungeon. I forgot, where was that Ice Palace big key? That Tom got, that Tree Sap didn't? Is this even randomized? Yeah, it's like a minute that Tom lost just like not saving and quitting in the light world. Pyramid Ledge. Right. Man, imagine getting away with never checking Pyramid Ledge. Unbelievable. What a joke. Well, with Tom going right side, unless they're a fool and does the full right like some weirdos. Probably going to be clearing pretty much all this dungeon minus tile room. I don't know, how many races, I don't really watch that much competitive racing of this game anymore, but how many of them actually come down to, like, GT routing? I mean, I've certainly won my fair share of randos from my stupid GT routing. I always just felt like getting to GT is like you solved the mystery. You did the hard stuff, so now the rest should just be a cakewalk. So when you get into GT and it's like, nope, you're not done yet. You still gotta find the big key. Ha ha ha. Makes me angry. Yeah, I guess when you get like, you know, your casual boots, your open modes, all the standard modes. I don't really like when races come down to GT routing. I do like it when it comes down to GT execution, though, like Gauntlet execution, because that's always exciting. Both runners fell down that pit. Oh. So for people that played the seed, on a scale of 1 to stink, where did this one fall for y'all in enjoyability? I mean, it doesn't seem too bad. Doesn't seem all that bad. D. Willard D. It was pretty average for Invrosia because they are all bad. Fair enough. Tree sap is to the top. I want to hear their music are they using? Ah! I'm so sorry. It was really loud. All right, never mind. I should check that beforehand. Sorry. I was trying to turn it down before unmuting it, but that was not an option. It sounded like Ease music. Rip all the headphone users. My bad. My bad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm real sorry. I'm still learning this whole restreaming biz. I am deceased. Look at that, nice healthy seed though. Very funny. Vanilla GT big. Alright, time to fight the big pig. Should be pretty easy with gold, sword, and silvers. Man, when's the last time I've had a restream where we didn't just like end up with max items? You know, maybe it was last week. Yeah, I think last week actually had some Master Sword shenanigans going on. Pretty sure. Well, it's not my fault here. I didn't play this seed. I'm not gonna vet these seeds. Technically next week's stream. Well, you could still get Tempered Sword and open heart surgery, as someone called it. I can't wait to see all the heart pieces. Nice Ganon fight there from Tree Sap. Easy phase 3 and 4. Well, 3 is already easy. Get your GGs in chat! As Tom is making their way up the gauntlet. Thank you, Tree Sap, for playing the seed and letting me restream ya. I do appreciate that very much. Finishing with a 2:05:40 on the timer. Oh, I think I see. Tree Sap. Oh, okay. They wrote it down as 2:05:49, so I don't know. Good enough. Are they gonna zoom through the credits? Slow down. I love how with certain sprites the enemy damage flashing is different. Like for Tom, like the Lamelas was flashing purple. Very delightful to look at. Your uncle is healthy. Good for him. Alright, I do want to see... let's hop into the Brew Crew Async channel. Let's see if we can find... If TreeSap posted here, let's see what they said about the seed. Rough start, gross way to find Ether, and Eastern Palace big key for my go mode. Almost thought there was something on pet for a moment. That was their comment. Almost thought, but never had to check it. Just by getting all the pendants. Sometimes you just gotta get all the pendants. Bang bang. Oops, yeah, that's true. That was unrequired all dungeons. I don't think Thieves Town, yeah, Thieves and Trinex or TR weren't required at all. I don't think so. It was just Ice Palace because Thieves Town had Quake and Mitts, which weren't required. And Trinex or TR, I think, just had a bow, which wasn't required. You just had to go to Ice Palace. That's always frustrating when you have to play the game of, alright, which pendant dungeon is it? And you choose wrong twice. Because, I mean, at least for me, after choosing wrong twice, the last thing I want to do is go choose the third pendant dungeon. I never want to do that. It always feels bad. Speaking of feeling bad, this Moldorm is giving Tom the business. This is why whenever I am playing a seed and I'm at this point and I have cape, I just use it. I just turn it on. I'm like, I don't want to lose time to falling to Moldorm. I'd rather like eat a couple seconds activating and deactivating cape just so I don't fall and lose even more time. Cause like, what are the odds I'm gonna lose to like a 3-second? Yeah, well, if you choose wrong 3 times and no pendant dungeons are required, then that's when you just stop racing the game. It happens to the best of us. It happens to the blurst of us. I think that counted as 1, maybe? Ah, I forgot to mark a dead Aga too. Ah, no. I mean, I don't mind. I don't mind playing a stinker of a seed as long as I'm not like racing it. There's nothing worse than racing a stinker of a seed and then losing anyway. That always feels bad. I think there's a reason why I've taken such a long break from racing. I think it's because the last few times I've raced and lost, it's been by a lot, and I just am like, I don't want to play this anymore. Like when we got knocked out of the league, it was because I think I lost my cross keys race by 30 minutes. I was like, oh yeah, that's cool. Nice potion use. I didn't even check to see where I ended up ranked in the most recent Dorando League. I was like, well, if I made it in, I'll get a ping, and then I'll know. If I don't make it in, that means if I don't get pinged, that means I didn't make it in, and then I don't care anymore. Take down the pig. Shoot him with the silver arrow. There's one. It's okay. Oh, hello. That's a triple right there, right? Nice. Alright. Nice time. Nice finish. GG's Tom. Get your GG's for Tom and chat. Thanks again to both runners for letting me restream their fun races. Let's see if Tom posted it here anywhere. He didn't. I guess I can't read his mind then. I'll just say out loud what I think he's thinking based on his facial expression right now. He says, Invrosia's a bad mode. There it is. You heard it here first. Game is bad. Should be deleted. Never play it again.